Hello, traders. Welcome back to another live stream. Happy to see you guys in here. Let me get the chat pulled up. Heck yeah. Okay, we are back in business, guys. Sorry for being MIA a little bit. Just been kind of busy, honestly. No real reason. But hey, yeah, welcome back. Bell, thank you so much for hopping in here early, man. How are you doing? Pretty good. Check out the new setup. I've been working on stuff off stream. A lot of trading related stuff off stream. We've got a giveaway coming up for y'all. We partnered with a new firm. Once everything's finalized with that on my end, we're gonna do a giveaway. But I won't speak too much on it because we'll just wait. We'll just wait for the giveaway. Yo, Gio, appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for not dipping out on me. Damien, Red. Bro is back. I don't know where I went, guys. It was like, I mean, I was kind of busy. I've just been busy with like other stuff, honestly. But yeah. We are back. Don't fret. InQ on the app. What is this that keeps popping up? I have like a little panel here. What is that? Is that a new feature? Anyways, yeah, we got InQ testing hourly support here. We all know the market is extended, but this is also a market that's trending into all-time highs. Very strong market, and news just hasn't really affected it too much. So we are testing hourly support at the moment. We put in a lower high on the 5-minute and coming back down to hourly support. This is typically a buy here. I would like to see maybe some manipulation under these lows first. It still kind of take it off that zone of supply, but nevertheless, this is kind of a buy here. And you're on hourly support. I would say maybe a failed break above the range highs of last week, but I mean, we saw that too here. You could call this failed break here because you had a retest of support, but ultimately just holds and runs higher, and that's really what this market has been doing. Just a very, very strong market, strong InQ. So we'll kind of see how we react right here. We're at hourly support, so I would be looking for nothing other than buys here. Ralph, Carl, appreciate y'all. Trump imposed a 25% tariff on Japan. I saw that. I don't really think that's a negative for the market, but yeah, I did see that. Past 50K combine today. Nice, bro. Nice. What prop firm? The only caution flag here is that this is holding the imbalance to the left, and it didn't reclaim VWAP, and this is a little bit deeper of a pullback. This is a little bit deeper of a pullback. Initial rally was 90 points. And then I think we just sold 70 points lower. So I mean, this is selling aggressively into support. I think I'd rather have it breach and then look for a new low to get put in. It then look to take it long, but we'll see. I would not be surprised to see a rally here because this is still hourly support. And it's been a market that hasn't manipulated a ton under support level. Just comes, retest. Even if it looks bearish on the retest, ultimately an uptrending market and it holds these levels. So do you trade ES2? No, not really. Not really, no. I just gleeked all over my desk. I mean, they don't move too differently. So, no, I just don't see the need to. Yeah. I mean, pretty dead bid here, right? Like you'd want to see a push back into these equal highs and possibly reclaim this order block that sold us. How many had to be over 100 points, right? Yeah, and it's just looking a little flat off support. Typically would be buying here off hourly support, but if you're not seeing a reaction and it's a 70-point sell-off off the lower high, it's not looking great. I think I would wait for a new low, but I'd still be looking to take buys. You just have to start to see bullish sentiment in this market. Right now, you just don't. What's good, man? Guys, today we are trading a My Funded Futures starter plus account, 100K. I think you can pass these in one day, and I plan to do so. I think profit target is like 6K, drawdown's about 3K. So I'm going to pass this today on stream. We will have to probably take closer to 1 to 2 minis. Yeah, see, this is hourly support. This was, yeah, Wednesday. So at that level. For me, just manipulation under the sell stops here, then I would take this thing long. I would totally take this thing long. 100%. Waiting for a new low to get put in at the moment. Price action tells me we manipulate under these lows, and then I want to see confirmation of a bit of a sentiment shift back to the upside. But this is about the level I would look to take this market long, under 900. Ah, Starter Plus has 50% consistency. Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine. Starter Plus. Starter and Starter Plus. Are you sure those aren't backwards? I feel like Starter Plus has 1 day to pass. Okay, fine. We'll pass half of it then. Okay, sorry. Mo said also if you go to the cursor icon on the top left and click the right arrow. Click values. Hell yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you. That was annoying. I don't know how that got put on. Just a slight 20 points off lows here. Starter. What's the more expensive account? Maybe it's a Starter Plus. I forget. It's a nice bounce off 850s there. This hourly's closing in about 3 minutes. Trying to leave about a 30-40 point wick off the lows. Okay, bet. That's all good. Okay, we'll try to shoot for about 3K. Which should be like 50 points. If we can get 50 points with 2 minis, I think that's about 3K. For me, this becomes a great trade under 830s. If we can get at high 700s, I would be buying with both hands. The thing is, it's like don't hold your breath because this market hasn't really been taking the lows. You'll get retest, and it might look bearish, but ultimately this market just in an uptrend and very strong. Check out some other markets. Gold off support at 300 looks strong. Check that out on the higher time frame. Very big range. I feel like this is kind of what we had seen before it took off, you know, a little earlier this year. Just going to create a massive range. So there's definitely some levels there. It's kind of at neckline of the range right now. Let it marinate a couple of days and see what happens. And it would have to fight all the way back through 3,400 to start to look decent, but yeah, it's at neckline, so. Bitcoin. This is a market that I just continue to look at because it looks so good. Bitcoin's got everything here. This is all-time highs on Bitcoin right here, 113. We're just not far off. Kind of had like a head and shoulder set up there. Shoulder, head, shoulder. And then if we hold a higher low and kind of hold the 108s, 107s, I would look for that market to turn back and run into the all-time highs for sure. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Still seeing sellers here on NQ as well. Just waiting for a fresh low on NQ. Then I'll likely become a buyer. Only like 30K max payout, then move to live. I don't know. A lot of these firms, I'm not sure like how much you can actually take into your live account with a lot of them. There just doesn't seem to be like solid answers on a lot of the firms. Like how much can you actually take into a live account? This hourly looking like it's going to flip red. Open, seeing some selling, exhaustion in the 70s. There we go, flip red. Do we get a wick run here through 830s into a new low of day? We'll see if we're fortunate enough to get a new low. That'd be a great setup for us. Get a long into a new low of day would just be perfect, pretty much. Look at the just snappy price action every time this market tries to fight back into the 80s. Snappy price action. Just a series of topping tails here. Shows buying exhaustion here. Sellers picking up. We're just briefly under low a day. Sorry, briefly above low a day. I'd like to see one more kind of manipulation leg. Take maybe the trap buyers here that have their stops under the recent low. Just because we're just not seeing the price action you want to see off this low. No urgency on the bid. Topping tails. Buying exhaustion. Sellers are still in the game. I would love to just see price manipulate, take sell stops, and then because we are still at hourly support, look for this market kind of for an intraday reversal back into these levels. But right now, yeah, the sentiment's very bearish. Sentiment's very bearish. I would look for this low to get taken, then look for kind of a sentiment shift to the upside. But very weak right now. Should be in gold longs. I'm not really interested in the gold longs either. Just gonna wait for this to take a level and let an opportunity present itself. But obviously, sentiment to the upside is pretty exhausted and limited, as we can tell. And I think we're not going to really see buyers step into this market until we take the low. No, I don't look at Bookmap. I don't look at Bookmap. I tried. I didn't really give it a shot. I mean, I tried it, and then they wanted me to pay for data separately. And I feel like if I'm paying for Bookmap, you should give me the data. I don't even know what I'm looking at on there, so no, I'm not going to bother. No, I don't use Bookmap. Let's check out. I kind of want to check out Tesla. I knew Tesla took a hit yesterday. Oh my God, Tesla just looks so very bad. Look at that. I mean, that is just the opposite of what you see. And when we talk about price action, this is just totally the opposite of what you want to see, right? I mean, to gap down 20, you know what I mean, $25, and then just to have total just flatline, just no buyer stepping into that market is the exact opposite of what you want to see. That looks horrendous. Horrendous. Also have an inverted head and shoulders on that in that market as well. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Inverted head and shoulders. You typically see that market show some follow through under 280. Based on that pattern. I'm kind of just the way I lean with Tesla. I don't really care. I don't own any stock or anything like that. But I had a Tesla car. I think they're shitty vehicles. I really do. If you have My Fund of Futures on Trade of It, you can connect it for free. Really? Not seeing anything to take this market long yet. I really would prefer to see it under 830s first. Just strong selling move down, 130 point sell off. It's under VWAP. Haven't taken a higher high today at all. Only creating higher lows. Topping tells, exhaustion on the buy side. And we're pretty much flatline, tight trading range just above low a day. So I'm just waiting for the breach of low a day. And then we'll see if it wants to open up to the upside for reversal play. What's your bias for today? Under these lows, I would love to look for a reversal to the upside. Back into maybe a retest of demand at 890s. Price action right now, not telling me to get long. That could obviously change, but so My Fund of Futures have an activation fee. They do not have an activation fee. That is one of the things that makes them so good. Yeah, and it has end of day drawdown as well. Everything you could want. They're just the best of the best. The best of the best. No activation fees. Here we go. Bidding back into the 80s. You still with Top Step? Yeah, I'm still with Top Step. I'm still got the live account with Top Step. I'm one of their top 25 traders over there. And I still ride with Top Step. 100%. 100%. Right now, respecting hourly support. Sentiment starting to pick up to the upside. Running up for a test of 900s. Yeah, that's VWAP there. That's VWAP. I do use VWAP. It's one of the only indicators that I use. Is it as simple as just buying off hourly support here? It could be. Top one give payout. No, that was a long time ago. No, I never got one. I'm on a mission to get one. But no, I didn't. I did not get the original. You any TPT accounts? Yeah, I have 5. I've got 5 of the like 75k ones. They're pretty much passed. It's just a waiting game. I gotta like take a trade today and then tonight. I need like 2 trading days, but they're passed. They're pretty much passed. You just gotta trade them for 5 days, but I mean you can pass them pretty quick. We'll see what we can do with those. Once I get those into the funded level, I'm gonna try to like really, honestly, try to hit home runs because that's really how you should be using take profit, in my opinion. Just with the potential for the uncapped daily payouts, like it should just be like they give you the ability to like really try to swing, so might as well. Yeah, I'm still with Top Step, man. I'm a top 25 trader on Top Step. I should be, unless some big dogs came in that I don't know about. Should be on the top 25. I would have loved to trade under 830. I don't hate the trade here. It's just market's a little rangy, right? But at the end of the day, at hourly support, yeah, that's typically a buy. And this is a market that will come down and test support often, but it just doesn't breach like here. Maybe by a couple points, but these markets are just not falling. Just a strong uptrending market. So once this market gives you a pullback, you want to start looking at getting long in it. Although the price action there did look possibly like a break of 830, even if it's just temporary. I mean, it's not totally impossible. Even 897 leaving a nice wick to the upside. Still some exhaustion. Above 900, if we can reclaim 900 and put in a higher low, I would maybe look to take it long, but kind of a battle now. I don't see you on the Top Step big board. Have they showed it today? I should be up there. Yeah, they haven't shown it today, that's why. How many trades you take in a day? It really depends, man. Maybe like 10 or 15, maybe. I like to trade overnight, so. Nice, bro. Nice. You hit the $4,300 on the XFA. Nice. You just don't take the hourly support? Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to want to. Decent recovery off this low now. Not too surprised. Like I said, don't hold your breath for that. We'll see. I'm going to give it a sec. This is kind of make or break. It's a reclaim of 900. The Bulls take control of it, or we reject here and run back in a low a day. So I'll just give it a second. You look at initial balance levels? No, I do not. Pretty raw in mine. I just look at market structure and price action mainly. VWAP whenever it's applicable, but sometimes I forget to even use that. I've only noticed I have been forgetting to use that because when I trade on my phone, I forget that I don't have it on my phone. Oh, we're holding 80s here. Buyer's just holding 80 strong now. Would I be opposed to try and get in long? Long stop low a day. It's a very wide stop is the issue, but you look to take this back to honestly the opening highs. If I got long, I would accept no less than the opening highs, 970s. It's a retest of support, then you'd expect this market to come up and reclaim the previous range, the prior range. So yeah, you'd want to see this through 930s, 40s, 950s. It's holding hourly support like a stone here. What can you do? Yeah, when NQ's in an uptrend like it is, it's hard to look for like liquidity sweeps under lows. The market just retests support and holds it, and that's really all there is to it. Tesla still looks like dog ass, though. What's your trading plan when it comes to 50K with Combine? 2 minis, YOLO. Like, whenever you're doing a Combine, that's just how I do it, you know? 2 minis, YOLO. Try to get 40, 50 points on NQ. Yeah, just holding support on the hourly here. Simple as that. And that's just how it is when it comes to markets that are uptrending and obviously have sentiment to the upside. It's like, okay, on retest of support, you should get long. You should just get long. You know what I mean? And that's really how it is. It's an adjustment. It's a mental adjustment you have to make. And I know it's different. It's different than it was a week or 2, 3 weeks ago when maybe the market wasn't as strong. Okay, maybe we'll manipulate under certain levels and do this and that. Whenever markets are in an uptrend, they just don't tend to need as much liquidity. It's more so break to the upside, retest support, break to the upside, retest support, and vice. I mean, just the same thing. What you up today? Nothing right now. Nothing right now. Look at this inverted hammer forms out above 900s. Wow. All right, I'm gonna let this market trade for just a sec, and I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom, to be honest with you. Okay, look at this. Back into the 70s we go. Failed break back in the 900s. Topic toe, exhaustion there. Now we're back into the lows. We might get the break now. Hourly flips red here for us at 869. Starting to see some volume on the sell side stepping in. Maybe we will get our trade after all. It looks like we will. I will be buying the new low of day. Who's with me? I will be buying the new low of day. Who's with me? Yeah. Lower high, lower high, lower high. Exhaustion above 900. Now starting to see some volume here. Look at the pace in which these candles are selling here, right? Two red candles form and we sell off 50 points. And this candle's got 2.5 more minutes on it. When you really look at this, like, you can actually see the price action in real time. Like, the bottom wick is the lowest point which this candle has traded within the range of how long it's been open, right? But you see how the body continues to test that low. It's not getting a ton of retracement back to the upside, but rather just continuing to push that wick lower and lower and lower. So just heavy price action to the downside. That's just like the little crash course in how I read price action. Just very heavy market. You're pushing into the 870s, not seeing a wick get left behind, not seeing buyers attempt to break back into the 70s. Just heavy market. So I would imagine we see fresh low a day here, and I'll stand out of the way until we do. But you've got about 7 minutes worth of selling, 60 points. It took this market 30 minutes just to kind of get a bleed up that same amount. So sellers have control of this market. And you can see that in the pace in which we're selling into the 70s here. I will stand by and wait for a new low of day. And I will not be going long until we take a new low of day. Well, never say never, but... yeah. But yeah, if this market was going to reverse off 860s, you would see a wick get left here and the body, pull back into the mid 70s and try to close strong. It's closing very weak. You just continue to see that low wick get pushed lower and lower. And while it's trading, just filling that wick in aggressively. Not even attempting to reclaim 70s at all. Weak market. Current low is 66. Bearish close here on the 5 minute. Okay. Okay. What the fuck? Oh, that's on news, isn't it? I still think we see new low days. Well, there is some news there, obviously. You're not on Top Step anymore. Guys, I'm on Top Step, yes. I can't trade it right now. I hit my loss limit on it. Hit my loss limit on it. Lost night. I hit my loss limit. What's the news, crew? What's the news, crew? Well, this complicates things. We were about to have a nice dump through low a day here. We still might. 30-point wick to the upside is definitely not nice. And it's off VWAP. Look at VWAP, like, perfectly. Like, look at this. To a T. Just shot in the leg at VWAP. We'll see if this sends us into a new low a day here. I don't think there's news. Maybe not. Maybe not. Definitely some strange manipulation. Maybe taking out the maybe taking out the buy stops. Possibly. Maybe taking out the buy stops there for a dump into a new low a day. Very weak 5 minute. Very weak 5 minute. Extreme exhaustion at VWAP. No, I'm not in a buy yet. I won't be a buyer until we take a new low day here under 830s. Look at that. Flips red. Manipulation at its finest. It's definitely bearish. It's definitely bearish. For sure. I mean, that's about a 60-point wick to the upside. Perfect rejection on VWAP. But these markets are a little tricky right now. At this level. Like on the higher time frame, it's at hourly support. This is where you'd want to see it. But just the price action off this level is a little gross. It's not a clean recovery off this low. But yeah, that'll be a bearish close on the 5 minute. So you got to think, you're thinking about price action, right? VWAP, perfect rejection at VWAP. Buyers ran it up about 60, 70 points. Sellers completely took it over. And so you got to think as a buyer now, kind of as we're suppressed back into low of day with very little range to fill out for a break of low of day, our buyers going to try to run this, run the buys back through a 60-point range after confirmation that they've already became exhausted at VWAP. So now, do I just want to short NQ because of that? It's a valid enough reason too, but ultimately on the higher time frame, it is an uptrending market. So I definitely do not want to be trying to sell NQ as it's running into new all-time highs day over day, week over week. But if we take a new low, it's just going to present a buy opportunity for me. If I start to see some sentiment shift under these lows, that is. No! I'm just kind of waiting for volume to pick up in this market and just see the flush through low a day. I would be very surprised if this market does recover off this low now. Yeah, on the higher time frame, it's this looks like a breach of the hourly support, but once again, these markets aren't free falling when they do. They just you would look for somewhere within this low and a break under this low. This is a very big point of interest where you would look for an uptrending market to put in a higher low. Right under the sell side liquidity here, but above the previous last week's lows, so that we do hold a higher low and confirm that we are still in an uptrend. Anywhere within this range becomes a point of interest to look for a dip buy. Preferably higher than lower. I mean, if this market pulls all the way back into the low 600s, it's like, okay. You know what I mean? That's a very deep pullback in which you would start to be a little bit cautious of it. But really anywhere here. You also have another level. You also have another level just under these lows at 800. Key level there. Just to kind of find that higher low in an uptrending market, right? We want to position ourselves where we can get into that higher low that as it's forming, if we start to see strong price action react somewhere within this range. So, and that's what I'll keep my eye on. That's kind of the thought. We've made nothing but higher lows, so try to anticipate that the next higher low. And these markets are only just breaking into the all-time highs. I don't really expect the market to cool down too much. It just the timetable of it seems a little for the markets. Okay, we're in a new all-time highs now, and now we're going to start seeing deep pullback. I don't think so, but that's just an added layer to the cake there, if you will. But this is just disgusting. I mean, you could take it. It's at hourly support. You could take the long and stop out below 830, but it just doesn't look strong here yet. You know, pay attention to daily imbalance? No, not really. This just feels like a waiting game for a low of day break here. So this might turn into maybe a power hour recovery reversal move if we do. The timing seems like that might be the case. So to be done into my eyes. All right, do we get it now? Volume starting to pick up, 846. There we go. We might get the break here. Might get the break here. Still fighting. Still fighting. Rocking the killer mustache. Thank you, brother. Thank you for those kind words. I've been trying. We can't grow a beard, so it's this or nothing, I guess. This market kind of make or break right here at 870s. Excruciating price action at the moment. I'm waiting for a break of fresh low days here. Just continued suppression. It started with the VWAP rejection. Just exhaustion works to the upside. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Trading range is starting to get very tight right here at low a day. I think we maybe get a knee-jerk move through low of day, then maybe a quick recovery. That's what I would prefer to see. But just not looking healthy right now. Mr. Bean, does Mr. Bean even have a mustache? I don't think he does. I swear he doesn't. Weak market. This hourly's closing in about 10 minutes. If we don't see some type of move to the upside, this is going to be another weak hourly candle closure. More than likely. Chat, the patience is going to pay off, man. Trust. Trust. You got to be patient, man. You got to be patient. Right now we have absolutely no reaction, just dead price action at support on the hourly. Be patient. Infinite, move the market. Buy now. Move it under these lows, then I'll take it. I'll take a buy on it. Move it under these lows, then I'll take a buy. Maybe? Maybe? Brother. Give us something. Hourly's looking to close very bearish. A neutral close after a big selling leg down, a neutral close on the candle following the sell-off at support with really no reaction is just not really what you want to see. I would argue it's a bearish close because you have a much larger wick on the highs than you do on the lows, right? So I would argue a bearish close, and it's below VWAP. Yeah, very bearish close. Hello, everybody. Y'all like the mustache, huh? Okay. I would love to see NQ lower too. I'll be a buyer under 830s. As soon as I see some recovery, I'll look to take a buy and just stops out under that low and see if we can get a break and reclaim of this range. That is what I would like. They're torturing us right now, man. Torturing us. W mustache? Bro. I need to dye it, actually. I think I should put some dye on it. For some reason, I got like brown hair. Dirty blonde or like brown. Just like a brown. I just have brown hair. But for some reason, my facial hair comes in like orange, like brassy, like copper kind of. You can't see it, but it comes in like orange, brassy. Brassy. This is about where you'd want to see this low take out. Hourly's got 5 minutes on it. Very bearish hourly candle closure. You expect to see more of a reaction, right? When you see a sell-off, 250-point sell-off back to an hourly level of support, you want to see a stronger reaction. This is the exact opposite of what you want to see. Just really suppressed buying at the lows, where you'd want to see a reaction to the upside, and we're just not seeing it. We'll get a bearish hourly candle closure and see if that can trigger the sell-through low day. Price action telling me nothing bullish now. I mean, this just looks very, very weak. Sell, damn it, sell! What is taking so long, man? Chop, 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 yeah. Horrible, man. We'll wait for this hourly candle closure. Above 870 is a green candle closure, but still very bearish. I mean, you got 60-point wick to the upside off a rejection at VWAP. And pretty much dead weight at hourly support. We'll see what they want to do with this hourly candle closure here. Yeah. Yeah. Feels kind of like a hopeless long to me, so I just won't be taking it. It just doesn't feel like a high probability long here. Initial response off of hourly support gave you a decent rally, but ultimately sold off completely. Another rejection at VWAP, and it's just, this is all rejected range to the upside that we just cannot get back into. Hourly candles closing in 2 minutes. The market's going nowhere. No, I think we'll take the lows here, honestly. Check the hourly candle closure here. Very bearish. I'm going to take one short here. With the stop out above 900, if we reclaim. It's once again just very bearish hourly candle closure. I would like to see this market sell through low of day here. I think we have a good chance of doing so. Reclaim at 900. This market seems like it will probably hold support and re-attempt VWAP, but This is kind of that. I'm kind of anticipating a lower high forming in the 70s for that final push into new lows. That's kind of where I'm at with this trade. And I'll try to go break even pretty quick if I can. I would much rather be long in this market, by the way. But I'm just continuing to see that this market wants to attempt a fresh low of day here, so I will get short and see if we can. This hourly hasn't flipped red yet. Only by a few points. Not totally opposed to adding to the position either, to be honest. I will add as that candle flips red, possibly confirming rejection in the 80s. So I'm in 2 minis. Looking for fresh low of day here. Looking to see this hourly flip red under 870s and just run the low of day range here. We've got about 30 points to the downside. It's kind of be a price action play. If I start to see price action, okay. If not, and it just consolidates here a little bit longer, maybe I'll cut it early or trim some off. Are you gonna sell? I'm gonna sell. Okay. All right, so as we're starting to see, once again, another failed rejection in the 80s. Seems premature to go break even, but just these markets are rangy, just rangy. This is really where you'd want to see the flush. 860s gets tested here and we hold. An impossible amount of buying suppression here, but just no break of the lows. That's the issue. Risky to sell here? I don't think it's that risky. I mean, trading is risky. That feels like it should have been the break there. The retest 860s. Surprising that holds. To say the least. What time do you usually start the lives? Like 10, 11. I guess I got on a little later today. Yo, what's up, Design? Welcome back, bro. It's brutal. It's the opposite of what I want to see. I mean, if this ultimately leads to okay bid exhaustion here, then we get that second selling leg into a new low day. That's all fine. But this consolidation, total opposite of what you want to see. Here's a test of 860s again. Do we break, or do we just hold this little rangy window we're in? 70 gets tested, and we're immediately back into the highs of the range. Ugly, ugly, ugly stuff. I saw the new college football came out today, chat. Anybody cop? I hadn't played Xbox in a long ass time. Honestly, I get my ass whipped every time I play college football. Or like NFL Madden, get my ass whipped. This is excruciating, bro. Selling at a chop right now. Horrible. Horrible. Very surprised by the ability to hold on, for this market to hold on to the low day right now, to be honest. Okay, here we go. We might see it now. For the love of God, we might see it now. Or we leave a wick and just pull back into this range. Oh, we might see it now. Okay, starting to introduce some volume. It's been very choppy. I would hate to see this come back and put me into the red. I'm gonna go break even here as we're seeing some volume into this equal low at 860, because this really should trigger the low of day break here. We've been in this very sideways lower high equal lows market for hours. So this kind of is overdue for a break of low of day here. And if it doesn't happen here, maybe I won't be interested in it either way. So I'm break even, and this really should start to flush here. If not, it's probably not a market you want to be in, to be honest. Come on, damn it. And we're holding. Once again, we are holding. Unless 71 gets pinned. No, this is the only trade I'll take for a sell. If it doesn't work, I just give up on it. Because we're just ultimately holding this level. If we can't actually start to peel off, it's a little pointless, isn't it? I like how you break even. Well, yeah, it's just very rangy. I mean, I would hate to go red on this trade. We had some volume there. That was like a nice 12, 13 point leg down. It just no follow through, and it's holding its range. We'll see if we get stopped out on it. Good long. It's nothing right now. If this doesn't sell through new low of day, I'm not going long. If it does sell through new low of day, great. We have a good short. But I refuse to let this chop me out again. I'm just going to like kind of sit in it, break even. Yes, it's very tight. There's a decent chance I get stopped, but at some point, this market needs to move lower here if it's going to. And I'm not looking to stay in it and just get chopped around. It's just not worth it. It looks good, though. Looks good. Can we get a break into a new low? That's the question. Here we go. A little bit of volume here. 860s. Getting tested. Lower high, lower high, lower high. Equal lows. Start to see it. Here we go. I mean, at some point, right? It's got to happen, right? Okay. I opened up to stop a little bit. But I'm still looking for the bigger move here, really. Which we may very well just get wicked on. It looks like we might. Which is insane. Insane. Why is my stop only 1? Here we go. About time. Okay, awesome. I'm looking for a new low. I really don't see the point in covering here. Off of an equal low, which is a vulnerable sell with lower high, lower high, lower high. This I hold this. Yep, I hold this. There's 820s. As we break in a new low, I will look to cover. Wow, immediate 15-point recovery. I gotta cover there. Gotta cover there. Okay, I'm out of the trade. I mean, look at this. And that's the NQ right there for you. It's just a fucking strong market. I'm going to flip it long, as a matter of fact. Still at hourly support. I just needed to see something break in this market that triggers, honestly, bulls to get long in the market. Need to see some type of sentiment shift. And I think we might be seeing it here. 30-point recovery off the lows. We'll see if we just get torn up. I'm going to get in long 2, stop out under recent low. And I'm looking for a pull back into the highs of the range now. We'll see. If I get torn up, it's a lack of patience on my end, I think. Probably could have waited for a better entry. Yeah. Well, it would have been a nice trade if I took it off at the lows, but I didn't. I mean, I only got 30, 40 points out of it. And I may very well be getting snapped in the opposite direction as well. Maybe you should have waited for some candle closures here. Yeah, maybe a little premature. I think so. We'll see. It's hard not to get long when you've been waiting hours upon hours for this low to get taken and then see a recovery just like that. And it was really clean at the moment. It was 40-point retracement immediately back into the range. That looked like just a sell grab to me and then continues higher, but we'll see. Pretty close to my stop. Premature on the entry. I mean, this was a move I've been waiting the entire session for, though, so in hindsight, it's kind of hard. Probably a little premature on the entry. I think we'll be okay, but yeah, that's... Oh, we'll get stopped here, maybe. Yeah, I'm stopped out of it. It's just a trade I've literally been... Well, we're still up on the day, so that's good, but... That's literally the trade I've been waiting hours upon hours for. And so maybe could have executed better on the on that end. Giving back profits there. Yeah. Yep, whipped up pretty bad there. Still up on the short, but I mean this is the trade that I'm interested in. Looking for a higher low to form in the market underneath support. Got in a little premature, but I'm not opposed to trying again, to be honest. Do we hold 800s is the question. There's 800s now breaking. So it went a hell of a lot lower than I thought it would. There might be an opportunity here, though. I'm still looking for that higher low to form. Maybe go fishing in the 80s, 70s. 40 or 50 points here would be pretty much halfway to passing with 2 or 3 minis. Yeah, I'm going to get long here. Starting to see some reversal off this low. Nice wick, 793. Stops at the low. See if we can reclaim 800s. Playing the stops very, very tight. This pops 800s. I'll probably pull the stop up a little bit. There's 800s. So now, as we reclaim 800s, I really wouldn't like to see this market retest 90s. Needs to break above 810 here. That initial long could have had a lot more patience on that. I'm looking for buyers to step in here at some point with a higher low. And so I'll attempt it a couple times. Hopefully that didn't just whip me out to go higher, but I'll wait for another low attempt to get put in. Takes me out now. It's fighting through 820s. Played it too tight. Played it too tight. I think my stop was legit at 9.6. Just played it too tight. What platform? I use Tradovate through TradingView. So that's what I'm using right now. TradingView with Tradovate. How is it? Well, I mean, Project X is nice, but it's pretty much like the charting and everything is from TradingView. Like they work with TradingView, so it's very similar, but it's not bad. Wow, man. So I think I was a little early to the entry because this market is getting some recovery off 90s now. I got long 806, stopped out 96, and now we're 20 points higher. And looking like we may reclaim the previous support level that we broke. I feel like I may miss the long here. You have to pay for TradingView? No. Whenever you use a prop firm, they'll usually pay the data for you. Just kind of comes with purchasing a combine from them. They cover that. Strong reclaim 800s. Now to the 820s. Do I want to buy the first pullback? Might really miss the opportunity here if I don't do something. I already had a long, but played it too tight and got stopped out. Played it like 2 points too tight. So even get long under 20s possibly. Stops below. Oh wow, deep pullback. Deep pullback. I'll wait a second, I think. I was thinking about buying this first pullback, but there's some volume here. 20-point pullback. Do we get a new low day? Maybe so. We see 775. Let's see. I mean, it's not impossible. Looks pretty heavy here, though. Some of the earlier plays you were... What earlier plays? I don't think I really mentioned anything. All I said is I wanted to buy this market under 830s. I took a short here. Okay, under 90s here. I'm gonna be a dip buyer under 90s as well. Looking for this market to find some recovery. I'm gonna start putting bids into the market in the 70s, 60s, 50s. If we lose 40s, I will be fully out, and that's a large pullback on the day, and I will be fully out and probably give up. But I'm putting in bids in the 70s to get filled here. I'm gonna actually get into this. Starting to see some nice buying back through 90s. I'm gonna get back into this and look for a break of the 800s here. If we didn't start to catch buying here, I wouldn't really expect anything to change into the close. I'm looking for a strong reclaim of 800s here. Might have it. Pull the stop up. Okay. Looks good so far. Needs to break 800s. Nice pop, 800s reclaiming. This could run back into this high 820s. Looks good. So far, so good. Buyer stepping in at 800. Oh, okay, Brett, brother. Good to hear. Good to hear. I'm trying not to be that cautious because I'm on live. No, the only trade I really was talking about is trying to get long pretty much under support, but I pulled the trigger on. It was really a nice. It was a break and an immediate 40-point recovery back into that key level. So I was like immediately got long on it. That was a stop out, but that could have been better for sure. I think it's because I've literally been waiting for this break of support to get long for the entire session. So like once it finally happened, I was like, just not good. Whenever in hindsight, and this trade may or may not work out. Whenever in hindsight, I should have waited for a little bit of structure to build lower, but I kind of got baited on that. It was a quick snap and then 40-point slingshot back into the range. I was like, okay. So I think I got baited on that one, but in my defense, I was waiting for that trade forever. But could have been better for sure. This needs a strong push through 800, like a dominant push through 800 to start to look very good off this low. Something like that. Would prefer to see 810s here, 815s here. Start to pull into the previous range, right? Start to pull into this down close candles range. Reclaim some of that territory. That would look good. Needs to fight through 815s here. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. So far, so good. I said, bro, what change you make to become profitable? I'm stuck at passing accounts. Well, if you can pass an account, then you should be able to do good in a funded account because it's the same thing. It's the same parameters. To pass an account, you need to make X amount of dollars and risk X amount of dollars, and that's how you pass an account. It's the same thing for funded. You need to make X amount of dollars and risk X amount of dollars. And if you can pass an eval account, then it's the same exact thing to pass a funded account. So maybe it's something emotional. Maybe it's not something. Maybe it's something more emotional than anything. Because if your trading is the same, maybe when you get the funded account, you just hold on to losers a little longer, or you cut your winners too short, something like that. Maybe. I don't really know. This looks good. Nice strong bid accumulation right under 810. Nice. 812s, 13s. Let's see. I'd like to see this reach into the previous high, 825. Yeah, guys, we're trading a my funded futures. I guess it's a starter plus, so I need about $3,000 of profit today because we're on a 100K account. So if I can get that, lock out, be good to go, and then wait for tomorrow or tonight. We're about halfway there. This market runs back through 830s here. We should be good to go. I'm gonna go break even. We've made a decent amount of progress off these lows, really, and some strong displacement back into equal highs. I would expect only bullish follow through 825, 830s. If we pull back too much, this market could continue lower, and at that point, I would not want to be in it. So for that reason, I'll go break even. But nice volume. Look at the pace here. Bullish sentiment entering back into the market under a break of a key level to break and retest move. Looking for this to pull back through 830s and continue higher. I mean, but look at the pace we're setting here, right? To reclaim. So you had a nice down close candle here that took us into a fresh low, took the sell stop orders here. Then it's just been bulls from there. 825 should break. I can easily see this market reclaiming 830s, 840s in a few minutes. Just ripping back to the upside, no pullbacks. Series of up close candles. All the low wicks are instantly bought. This looks good. This looks good for a break of the recent high, 827. Everything looks good. You get trade day accounts. Yeah, I've got some trade day accounts. Dude, I had some trade day accounts and I passed them. I got them funded and I blew them up. But I've got them on Tradeovate now. I was using a lot of prop firms and using like all of their Project X platforms. Like every prop firm that had Project X, I was using them. And it was a lot to manage. So now I've got, if they have Tradeovate, I'm copy trading them with Tradeovate, and that's how I prefer it. So I mean, I've got Tradeify accounts, Take Profit Trader accounts, My Funded Futures accounts. Need to get some Apex accounts. Their evals are a little pricey right now. Even with 80% off, they're a little pricey right now. But if they do like a special deal, I'll get some of those. But it's much easier to do them all on Tradeovate and copy trade them than like switching Project X, Project X, Project X, Project X. Because like Trade Day has Project X. And if you're not using a ton of firms, you can do it. Like you can use a Top Step Project X account and maybe a Trade Day Project X account and maybe another one. But like once you get past 3 different Project X platforms and you're like having to shuffle, it's very difficult. Well, they allow you to copy trade between the same firms on Project X. And I think somebody was saying that you can do it with different firms. I don't really know. But it was getting a lot because like I was using a couple different prop firms on Project X, and I was like, every time I wanted to get into the same trade, I'd have to open this tab and do it and open that tab, and it's just a lot. You use Tradeovate Copier when trading. Okay, so good question. I use Trade Syncer with Tradeovate accounts, and you can do it with TradingView through different prop firms. You just have to go in there, set a lead account, and then you can get on TradingView, execute, and have another tab pulled up, and it'll copy trade. Okay, nice. 830 is breaking out. We're up about $2,500 on this trade. Okay, it's just been bullish sentiment since we've taken that key level and now reclaiming it. Truly bullish sentiment, and price action looks very strong. With size of these up close candles here, right? Volume in the market. 2 very minor pullbacks, micro pullbacks, if you will, 2 small pullbacks. And we're picking up even more volume on the breakthrough 830s, 840s. This looks very good, very good. And we have an easy target, which is just the previous range. Only another 20, 30 points of upside. I want to hold this market till 840s, 850s, maybe even higher than that. We're getting volume. Look, continue to break out through the equal high. This is truly will rally off these lows. Massive wick on the hourly. Looks awesome. Start to take it off kind of in the 40s, but I can hold this into the 60s and be okay. So I'll put some sell orders, you know, into the market at 840s, but this just looks awesome. Very clean rally, up about 3,000. Break and reclaim of a key support level. That's, you guys saw when I started the stream, like this was the trade. I was waiting hours for it. I was a little premature on this. Like we broke and instantly reclaimed, which is sometimes like a really clean one. Nice, got a fill there, but We broke and then it instantly rallied 40 points back into the range, and I should have waited for candle closures, but I didn't. Because usually when you see that, it does play out, but it didn't. Okay, now we have volume. 850 is breaking out. I'm gonna put in some more sell orders in the 860s. Yes, sir. So we'll get this My Funded Futures account half passed today, and then I'll pass the rest this evening. And if you guys are in the Discord, I'll let y'all know, how it goes. I'm gonna try pass this one this evening. No activation fee once again on those My Funded Futures accounts, and then you're rolling into a funded account. These starter accounts, it's 5 days to pay out, so it doesn't get much quicker than that. Look at that, nice strong close right at the 50s. Look at that, just open range to fill in above 50s, 60s. This looks good to go. But yeah, no activation account on the My Funded Futures accounts. When you look at volume, with the indices, you never really have a lack of volume. You'll have lack of volume whenever you understand that there is some, whenever it's a low volume session, or you know what I mean. It's not prime time trading, but I typically just look at volume. Well, there's a couple ways to look at it. When your VWAP starts to have really drastic turns, then there's volume there. But it's just the size of the candles really is the best way for me. Because sometimes people that have the volume profiles here, it can show you volume, but can be a little bit, I don't know if I want to say the word manipulative, but you could see volume here that doesn't necessarily reflect, strong move in a market or something. But I really just like to do it like just really the size of the candles. I know that sounds funny, but it's just truly just, I'm reading volume by price action, right? So when we see the market break into the upside, this is a low volume pullback, right? Micro candles compared to the size and strength of these bullish candles. As we're curling up, this candle becomes bigger than that candle becomes bigger than that candle. So it's just, I truly do just read it by candlesticks. Right. All right, nice rally here. Now, if we're trading the stock market, we're trading a low float or something, a penny stock or something that it's vital that you have volume in it, then yeah, I would use a volume profile. But the indices, you never have a lack of volume. It's a very liquid market, so it's not, I don't really look at the volume too much. I just don't. This market just fighting higher. Beautiful. We've officially reclaimed support. I really would expect this market to move even higher here through the 860s. What y'all having for lunch, bro? I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten today. It's already 1:47. How is it so late? I'm starving. I'm starving. Wow, so check this out. The hourly candle will flip green. We've got 12 minutes on it. The hourly candle will flip green here on a reclaim of 870. Sorry, 870. If this market pulls above 870, the hourly candle actually flips green on the break and reclaim of a major support level here at 800. You think it's going to reject off the 15-minute fair value gap and push to low? No, I don't. I don't. But at the same time, I don't trade fair value gaps. But there's serious momentum off these lows. So, I mean, we're knee deep in a 100-point rally that is just really not giving you any pullbacks to the downside. It's not retracing much off the highs. It looks good to me to keep up, keep moving higher. But I don't trade fair value gaps, so I couldn't tell you. I don't even see fair value gap, as a matter of fact. I don't know where you see that. 15-minute. Where do you see a fair value gap? I don't see a fair value gap anywhere. I mean, like this, I guess, maybe. I guess if you're trying to get long, wait for a retest of fair value gap, but I don't trade fair value gaps. Once again, pop 870s, the hourly flips green and closes green. How do you handle big loss the following day? You just do it. I took a $3,000 loss on my live account today, on my Top Step live account. It's no fun, but you know, I hit my daily loss limit on my live account, my Top Step account, pretty early on into the session, and I was like, okay, it's no big deal. It's what it is. It's what it is. You just keep moving. You trade every session? Dude, I trade the night session, chat. I'm active. I'm an active night session trader. I really am. What time do you trade? Around the clock, man, to be honest with you. But you'll catch me on these lives 10, 11, 12 Central Time. I'm on a little bit later today, but that's just because I've been waiting forever for this market to set up for me for this trade, really. I've been waiting hours for it. Been waiting hours for this trade. Okay. Well, we're well past our profit target here for the day. I can't make much more than this. In fact, I kind of need to lose some to pass this My Funded Futures eval account. So, yeah, this market looks good in the 70 80s, but I've got to cut it. So we're up $3,500 on the 100K accounts. I need $6,000 of profit to pass. I guess it's a 2-day to pass, so we'll pass it tonight. And chilling. Yeah, no, we were waiting for this trade pretty much the entire session, really. And I think it still moves higher too, but there's nothing for me to trade. I've done all my trading last night. All my accounts are, you know, I've got some TPT accounts that are pretty much passed. This is my funded futures account. I've done all I can do on it today. My Top Step live account, I hit my daily loss on, so I'm locked out of that until the next session. Tradeify accounts are, I traded them last night. Those are good to go. I have nothing else to trade for y'all. Yeah, that was a good trade for sure. It was a 70-point trade. And I think that, once again, I think that market probably moves higher. We've got an hour till close, so let's call it a day. We're up 103. We started at 100, so we're up 3,500 bucks. Can't be mad at it. All right, y'all. I'm going to dip out. Go pick up y'all some prop firm accounts. TBT Apex, My Funded Futures with code BPC. Best discount available. Will you be live tonight? I don't know if I'll be live tonight. I've got to do other stuff, but I'll be live tomorrow, and I'll be in the Discord tonight. I've got a giveaway for y'all that we're going to be doing. I'm partnering up with My Funded Futures for a giveaway for y'all. I will be announcing that tonight, maybe, and then I'll incorporate it in tomorrow's stream. Got to figure out how I want to structure that giveaway. I'll also be giving away 3 accounts that they're giving to me to give away to y'all, which is awesome. I'll tell y'all about that a little bit later tonight. And then maybe I'll probably throw some hoodies in there for y'all too on my, my own behalf. I'll put some hoodies in that giveaway. And then maybe I'll give away an account. I'll give away an account of my own, too. They'll give away 3 accounts. Maybe I'll give away 3 accounts. I'll just Venmo y'all or something, but we'll see. How do I join Discord? How do y'all join Discord? Do I not have that up for y'all? Let me see. Uh-oh. We will be doing, a giveaway. Let me get y'all in the Discord here. Okay, that one should work. That one should work. Clean reversal, man. Clean reversal. All right, y'all. I am off. Keep your eyes peeled. I'll be in the Discord chat with y'all. Keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to go chill for the rest of the day, do what I need to do. And then we'll be live tomorrow, man. So I will see y'all then. All right, y'all. Peace out. Peace out.